G'day guys, welcome back to the Rugby League Guru podcast and the final instalment of Teamless Tuesday for season 2024. Devastating stuff, but what a game we've got coming up. I was just joking with Kat that the next TLT that comes out we'll actually miss because we'll be on a plane to Las Vegas. So very exciting times.
Oh, tough day at work, that'll be.
Tough gig, very tough gig. But Kat, for the final time in season 2024, take me to the game for this weekend.
The grand final for 2024 will be held on Sunday, the 6th of October at 7:30 p.m. Let's kick off with the Storm.
Okay, the Melbourne Storm for the grand final. So Craig Bellamy's side lining up at fullback. It's been a tremendous season for Ryan Pappenhausen. On the wings, Xavier Coates and Will Warbrick. In the centres, Jack Howarth. What a rise it has been this season. It took on Joey Manu last week and came out on top. Incredible stuff. Nick Meaney will line up at the other centre spot, one of the unsung heroes in this side. 5'8", one of the superstars of our game. He missed out on the Origin series this year where he normally does his best work. You better expect Munster to have a big game this weekend. This is the biggest stage he'll be on this year. Jerome Hughes, in my opinion, the Dalian medalist for season 2024, lining up at halfback, in my opinion, taking on the best halfback in rugby league this week. What a matchup it will be. In the front row, Nelson Asafa-Solomona, obviously suspended. We all know the story. Tui Kamikamica comes in. I actually think this has been his best season as a whole. When he has played, he's been incredible. Big shoes to fill, but he can play Tui. I'm keen to see how he goes. Partnering him is Mr. Reliable in this side, Josh King. The skipper, Harry Grant, his first season as captain of the Melbourne Storm, gets them all the way to the grand final. I thought in a week full of Melbourne Storm spine heroics, I thought Harry Grant was unbelievable last week. He didn't have the stats and the tries like the other guys, but my God, he played a good game. Sean Bloor lines up on the left edge. On the right edge, Eli Katoa in jersey 13. We said Mr. Consistence, Josh King. Trent Leroux, he's lining up just in case someone wants to hand that duty over to him. He's been tremendous this season. Managed to get a spot in the Queensland extended squad and well-deserved. The bench, Tyron Wishart, Mr. Explosive this year. He has been tremendous. Every time he's got his opportunity, his best games have probably been in the 6 jersey, but off the bench, he will add a lot of spark to this side. Christian Walsh, the experienced campaigner in jersey 15. Jersey 16 coming in, not directly for Nelson. He doesn't start, but he comes off the bench. Lazarus Valipu. It's funny, a lot of people sent me the quote that I had during the year saying, I think come finals time, he will play a major role. I thought he was going to find his way into the 17 anyway. It's taken an injury, but here he is. Lazarus Valipu playing in the biggest game of his career by far and away. He's only played a handful of first grade games, and here he is in an NRL grand final. Congratulations to him. And Alec McDonald in jersey 17. Might be a chin off this week between Alec McDonald and Nathan Cleary, some of the big hitters of the chin game. Extended bench, Grant Anderson, Joe Chan, Kane Bradley, Tebai Moroa and Sua Failongo. We watched him play the New South Wales Cup grand final the other day. I'm not expecting any changes to this Melbourne Storm side. I think they will run out as named there. The big change there, Nelson Asafa-Solomona is out, and you've got Valipu coming onto the bench, and you've got Tui Kamikamica shifting into the front row. All right, let's have a look at the Penrith Panthers lineup for this game. Ivan Cleary's side at fullback, Dylan Edwards. He's been the most consistent fullback in the game over the last few years, and it isn't close. A Clive Churchill medalist looking to wrap up his second one here. On the wings, the rookie of the year last year, Taruva, playing his last game for the Penrith Panthers before heading to the West Tigers. On the other side, in my opinion, the greatest winger we have ever seen, Brian To'o. In the centres, Isaac Tungo. It's been a bit of a mixed bag for him this year. It really does mirror that of Nick Meaney. No doubt the Melbourne Storm will try and target him this week, but since the finals are kicked off, he has been fantastic. Paul Alamotti, what a story. An absolute juggernaut coming through the juniors. Arrives at the Canterbury Bulldogs. Doesn't impress overly that much, to be completely honest with you. Signs with the Penrith Panthers. I remember 10, 12 weeks ago sitting here going, geez, I reckon Casey McLean can hold this jersey. I look back on that statement and think, you moron. Alamonte has been unreal in the back end of the season. 2 tries last week. He was tremendous. He locks down the centre spot for the Panthers. Jerome Luai. Mr. Western Sydney playing his last game for the Penrith Panthers. What a moment for Jerome. He has been questioned and doubted his entire career. All Jerome keeps on doing is fucking winning, and I think he's going to do more of it on Sunday. I cannot wait to see the passion that he plays with. One thing I've always noticed with Jerome, he absolutely hates the Melbourne Storm. He despises them. He holds a grudge for that grand final. I have no doubt about it whatsoever, and he'll come out firing in this one. Nathan Cleary at halfback, the best player in the world for me. His form has been incredible. Looking for a 4th premiership victory, looking for a 3rd Clive Churchill medal this week. Nate Cleary, he'll be in for an enormous one. The Bash brothers in the front row playing their last game together this week. Mosley Otter, James Fish-Harris, in my opinion, the best front row duo we have ever seen. And if they win this game, put the glasses down, the arguments are over. Mitch Kenny in jersey 9. When you compare the two hookers, you got one superstar and one guy that a lot of people, myself included, questioned if he was up to this role a couple of years ago. He's blown it all away. The big thing for Mitch Kenny, I think he's coming off his worst game he's played in 2 or 3 years. Last week, a lot of loose passes. No one will be more disappointed with themselves than Mitch Kenny in this one. He needs to be better, and I've got a feeling he will be better in this one. On the left edge, Luke Garner remains there. We'll talk about that spot very soon. On the right edge, Kevin Costner, the bodyguard, Liam Martin. Big job taking care of Nathan Cleary in this game. And Isaiah Yeo in jersey 13, the most consistent player in this competition over the last half decade. The captain there, Isaiah Yeo. On the bench, Brad Schneider in jersey 14. There is no doubt whatsoever why the Panthers are carrying Brad Schneider. They are worried about Nathan Cleary's shoulder. They'll tell you it's fine. It's all hunky-dory. You don't carry Brad Schneider for no reason. Nathan Cleary, he is there to cover him. The bench, Lindsay Smith, he was in my team of the week last week. I thought he was tremendous coming off the bench. My boy, Liam Henry, he is destined for Sky Blue, a Blaney Bear who I think's in for a big game here. And Matty Eisenhuth. A wild story, his career, Matty Eisenhuth, diagnosed with cancer a couple of years ago, overcome that, been to a few clubs. believe he is the nephew of the great Paul Gallen. Matty Eisenhuth takes his spot in jersey 17. The extended bench, Casey McLean, Tia Lauer, Dane Laurie, Luke Summerton, but the big number is jersey 19. Scott Sorensen has not played in a couple of weeks. It would be a big call for most sides to bring him in here fit after not playing for a while. I personally think they have 100% confidence in Scott Sorensen. If the medics say he's ready to go and he believes he's ready to go, I think he'll take his spot on that left edge. He adds a lot to this side. If not, I think he'll be on the bench for Matty Eisenhuth. So I'm interested to see how it plays out for Scotty Sorensen. Fingers crossed he can feature in this one because he is such an important part of this side. They are your team list for the 2024 Grand Final. This is going to be one of the great games we've seen, in my opinion. I know people the last 2 weeks have been wishing for a different Grand Final. Fuck that. We got the 2 best teams by a country mile. This one is going to be an absolute classic, guys. Stay tuned on the Rugby League Guru podcast for all of our analysis this week, all of our content on the Instagram page. We'll be taking a deep dive into everything we can cover, and everything we can't cover, we'll be taking a deep dive at it too. So stay tuned this week for all your content coming your way to prepare you for the Grand Final on Sunday.